What if the aliens we've been searching for in deep space have been hiding right beneath us the entire time? In this clip, the conversation takes a wild turn into the deep ocean. Congressman Tim Burchett recently claimed there are at least 5 known extraterrestrial bases located deep underwater. But how do they survive the crushing pressure of the abyss? Watch until the end to hear the terrifying gravity bubble theory that explains it all.
Maybe that's why the aliens are under the water. Maybe they're the ones that survived
You believe
the
that?
apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't know about the aliens under the water.
Tim Burchett was on this podcast.
Well, what does
and
he know?
He said that there are 3. Did he say 3 bases or 5?
When your last name's bullshit.
No. It's
what is it?
Burchett. It's
Burchett. My sorry.
He's a very honest man.
So what did he say?
He said that there's these 3 locations. I think it's 3. See if 3 or 5. I can't remember which one.
Hang on, let me tell you. 5.
So he said there's these spots under the ocean where regularly they have these events where things come out of the ocean.
When you say things, are we talking giant squid? Are we talking extraterrestrial?
They're talking crafts that move in a way that we can't right now. 500 miles an hour under the water. They're transmedium, meaning they can go above the ground and in the water with it doesn't seem like it's causing them any resistance.
Yeah.
Burchett said there are 5 underwater bases, and in some reports it's phrased as 5 or 6.
What?
The clearest reporting says he pointed to 5 areas in the U.S. waters where such bases could be. So there's a bunch of areas in the ocean, and if you think like you were going to hide something, that's where you would hide it. We don't go in the ocean that much, right? On land,
we go in the
everywhere.
ocean, but we don't know the ocean. It hasn't been mapped. I think we've only mapped less than 10% of the ocean floor.
We know more about the surface of the moon than we know about the bottom of the ocean.
Correct.
And so when if they were here, that would be the place to hide. Just go to the deepest parts of the ocean where no one can go.
Yeah.
And you build bases. Because if they can travel here from another planet, James Cameron went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. We watched the video of it.
Yeah. Fascinating.
So he did that in 2012. If he can do that, for sure, something that can come here from another planet can also go down there and most likely set up a base.
I'm skeptical. I'm not denying it. But I'm thinking if you're an extraterrestrial and you're coming to a planet like ours, what's the upside of going deep down into a trench that's, I think it's 3, 4, 5 miles deep, the Areoli Trench?
Areoli?
What's it called? Huh?
Areola's the thing around
your tits. The tit trench.
So imagine if there was a super sophisticated, intelligent civilization that existed way before ours, like 30,000 years ago. And then they had developed underwater travel, space travel, all that jazz. Then the apocalypse comes, and the only ones that survive are the Trident submarine guys that are in the ocean.
Right.
Maybe that's why all these bases are in the ocean. Maybe they're the last remaining survivors of a super advanced civilization that existed thousands and thousands of years before, like Mesopotamia.
But my point to you, Joe, good point, valid.
Think about it
I'm
for a second
play.
before
Daddy's
you refute
gonna play.
Think
I'm not even refuting it, but I'm gonna
roll it around the old Canadian dome.
Roll it around, and I'm gonna come back at you with an argument that if I'm an intelligent life force and I've got this sphere with oceans and land, why do I want to make life harder for myself? Do you know the pressure that you're at 3 miles down in the ocean? The amount of pressure that comes. Look what happened to that little submarine that popped about 3 years ago.
Right.
So why do you want to live in an environment where you have so much pressure when you could simply land on the terrestrial plane and live pressure-free?
Because if they are insanely advanced, one of the things that's proposed is that they have some sort of a gravity bubble. And this is how they move through space. And this is how they don't use propulsion. That they
move
essentially
frictionless through space.
Exactly. That's why these crafts act as transmedium crafts. When these crafts are flying and they go into the ocean, there's virtually no splash. And they're moving 500 miles an hour.
Frictionless.
Exactly. They're not existing in the same space-time as we are. They have a bubble, and this bubble completely distorts everything around
So
them.
you're saying if they descended into the depths of our ocean, they wouldn't experience the pressure
Exactly.
because the bubble is forcing off the pressure.
Exactly.
Interesting. But still, okay, what is your purpose for going underwater when you could just land on the surface of the Earth?
Well, maybe
what's
they're
the
observing.
upside?
Maybe they're observing us and making sure that we don't fuck things up.
But how can they observe us if they're 3 miles underwater?
Well, they come out of the water, Harlan. That's the whole reason why they know they're there, because they keep experiencing these crafts that are rising out of the water in these very specific locations.
Yeah,
You seem like a disinformation agent from the government or something.
I am.
It seems like it.
I am.
You should work on being a little more stealthy,
What do you mean?
because it's very obvious to me that you're what the kids call controlled opposition.
In the following clip, Joe Rogan drops a terrifyingly logical theory that changes the entire simulation debate. He argues that we aren't in a fake, pixelated simulation at all. Instead, Earth is a massive, biological bootstrap program, and human history, with all its trauma and triumphs, is simply the organic process required to birth something far more intelligent than us: artificial intelligence.
I think it's not a simulation. I don't know how do you make a simulation? Like we're all like pixels right now, and like there's too much.
Do you know the
know?
DMT laser thing?
What do you
know
mean?
this?
That like the
So when people smoke DMT, apparently if you use like a DeWalt construction laser, you know, in those lasers
Yeah.
they use to make sure things are level?
yeah.
If you get above that laser and look down on it, you see code in the laser.
Like matrix code, like the
Matrix
numbers.
code. It's like,
Okay.
and people see the same code. They describe it exactly the same.
Okay.
And so people see it. If you look to the side, you look underneath it, you see the code in the laser. And people think that this laser is exposing the code of the simulation that we live in. This is supposedly what it looks like.
I mean, I just am not there,
You
buddy.
see symbols and like weird number. I haven't done it.
If I see the whole drum set, I'm in. But if it's just the symbols, forget it.
I haven't done it, but I know a lot of people who have done it. And everyone that I know that's done it has said the same thing. They said it is fucking insane.
DMT?
No, yeah, but DMT with this laser thing. So when you look down the laser, everybody that I know that's done it say it blew their fucking mind. You see all these weird symbols, they look like hieroglyphs or some foreign language or numbers, and it's very bizarre.
I don't know. It just seems to me, why run us through the drama of a life, a human life, where we're born, we endure pain, illness, suffering, love, hate, all the emotions, just to be a simulation? I don't get the reason for that.
What's the reason for it if it's not a simulation?
It's organic. It's
What does
just
that mean?
organic life.
But okay, what is organic?
It's made of the earth, born of the environment.
Right, but isn't that like this entire computing process where single-celled organisms figured out how to become multi-celled organisms, figured out how to interact with their environment, figured out the ecosystem, figured out how to balance itself off with both predator and prey and food and water and resources?
Right, but it's so very intricate and delicate. You
Right,
have to
but it
bring
might-
into the question, was it organic or organic under the guise of a bigger creator?
Well, maybe the bigger creator is the simulation itself.
Damn it, Rogan, I'm
And maybe
walking
the problem,
again.
maybe the
fuck
problem,
off. I'm out.
Take them rubber legs and get the fuck out of here. Maybe the problem is calling it a simulation.
Yeah,
And
I don't like that.
Maybe it's not that it's not real,
Yeah.
but that there is an underlying program that's running. Maybe instead of thinking of it as simulation, because you think of it as simulation, you think of it as not real. Like when I slap my arm, it hurts a little. Like that's real,
Right.
If I knock my knee, that hurts. But it's not that it's not real, but that it's running a program. And this program, what we talked about earlier, when you're saying that people are moving towards something bigger and a new version of what we are,
Yeah.
maybe that's a part of the program. Maybe the program is that all of these different components have to work together. This is why we'll never get rid of evil. You need evil so that you appreciate good. You want rainy days so you appreciate the sunshine. You want good times and bad times. You have to have a little bit of bad times so you appreciate the good times. You have to have some days where you feel like shit so that you appreciate good days. You have to have bad friends so you appreciate really good friends.
Okay.
All that stuff balances itself out and it's moving towards something. And what is it moving towards? The thing that we're involved in right now, AI. It's moving
Right.
towards the creation of a new life form that's far more intelligent than we are. And it's probably a part of this whole process.
Okay. Valid. I like what you just said. But I'm going to expand on it a little.
Push through.
You're coming at it from a human perspective, where you're channeling it through, you know, a human mind, which is beautiful and endless, and we can think beyond, you know, the scope of who knows where our imaginations end. But that's because we're humans and we have the capacity. But to the schools of salmon spawning up the river, and the moose fighting with a grizzly bear right now, and the ants running around in their nest, do you think why would they be part of a simulation? And I don't think any other living entity thinks simulation.
I don't think you have to say simulation. I think it's a program. And I think all those other different creatures are a part of the ecosystem.